bonus content tomorrow?
No, this is my intro. It says in my script, really white dancing. Salutations, Nerd Squad. Welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. I'm your host, Connor Monroe, and I love the Arrowverse. And to celebrate this, we are diving into the latest addition to the CW roster, which premiered just this week, Batwoman. Now don't worry, these facts aren't focused on the show, but some have potential tie-ins with some potential future plot points. If you're new here, be sure you hit like and subscribe to Top 10 Nerd for daily nerdy content, and comment down below your thoughts on the Batwoman premiere. Now sit back, relax, and make sure your clothes are perfect, because today we are diving into the top 10 shocking Batwoman facts. Intro time. Number 10, she's Jewish. Not shocking, it's rather more surprising. Most heroes don't really communicate their religious beliefs unless it has an overall impact to the story. However, Batwoman is very open about her religious views and beliefs. While this may not seem like too much of a deal, when readers come and find inspiration in the characters they see on the page or on the screen, and they're really open about who they are, both religiously and sexually, it can help readers or viewers do the same. She has been shown as Jewish rather than hiding it quite a few times actually. In 52 number 33, she celebrates Hanukkah with her girlfriend at the time, Renee Montoya, and they further explore her affiliations in Bombshells, a series that takes place in an alternate World War II universe in which the superheroine is seen fighting against anti-Semitism on both American soil and overseas. And at number 9, she has a twin sister. Beth Kane is Kate's twin sister and was presumed to be dead after Kate, Beth, and their mother were kidnapped. During the kidnapping, the mother was killed and the body of a child was found and assumed to be Beth. It was later revealed that no one really knew who that kid was. Beth grew into one of the leaders of the Religion of Crime, going by the criminal alias Alice due to her love of Alice in Wonderland. I mean, it's a reveal in similar vein to that of the Reverse Flash from The Flash Season 1. Number 8, so many versions. With all the alternate timelines and universes, there have been so many different versions of the DC heroes that it can be hard to keep track. But Batwoman has had over 24 different incarnations, multiple versions of this being Kathy and Kate Kane. In Elseworlds, however, Batwoman was Selina Kyle. As Batwoman, Selina was able to pull Batman out of a deep depression, becoming his sidekick after he lost Robin and Batgirl. She actually ended up giving up being Catwoman and fully embraced being Batwoman and Bruce Wayne's wife. While yes, other heroes have had multiple other versions and there are infinite Earths, seeing over 24 different incarnations of Batwoman is a solid chunk and more than we've seen of even the most popular heroes. Most times. And at number 7, she made history. In February of 2013, presumably in theme for Valentine's Day, the writers behind the female Caped Crusaders adventures made history with the first lesbian proposal in a mainstream comic. That storyline was eventually shut down by DC, more on that later, but it was still the first lesbian proposal and it paved the way for more diversity in comics. In Batwoman number 17, Kate proposed to her girlfriend Maggie Sawyer in costume. This was also her way of revealing her identity, which honestly is one hell of a mindfuck. Like, hey babe, I'm a superhero, but do you also want to marry me? I know I've been lying to you for however many years or months we've been together, but I'm telling you now. You want to get married though? Yes, absolutely! However, while this could have boosted sales with their marriage and even planning of the wedding, this leads me into number 6. She isn't allowed to have a happy ending. After Batwoman proposed and made history, the creative team behind her comics left, citing creative differences. This was largely due to DC Comics prohibiting Kate and Maggie's wedding. The official statement from DC was that heroes, especially those in the Bat fam, can't have happy personal lives, because being unhappy is what makes them heroes. Yeah, okay, sure, but if I was a superhero because there's too much crime in my city and then I get married, it's not like I'll stop because I'm happy. There would still be crime. This decision would become the norm in comic books. Heroes don't get married if their unhappiness drives them to be heroes. That's some BS if you ask me. How do you feel about this decision? Do you think DC is right, that they would stop being heroes if they were happy? Or do you think that the heroes would continue out of the goodness of their heart? Let me know in the comments below. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but it did. Who cares? Halfway through at number 5, she was nearly a ritual sacrifice. Now when I say nearly, you probably think I mean saved on the table before anything bad happened, or maybe even caught wind of what was going on and ended it. Well, no. In fact, I mean she was stabbed in the heart by a crazy cultist named Bruno Mannheim. In 52 number 25, a cult named Intergang begins to follow the words of the Crime Bible. Yeah, a sacred text that teaches criminals how to be S-tier evil. They kidnap Kate, intending to sacrifice her in a ritual ritual that would end up burning Gotham to ashes. Renee Montoya was able to stop the ritual, but not until after Bruno stabbed Kate in the heart. However, she's an actual badass and pulls the knife out of her chest and stabs Bruno in the back with it. With a little help from technology, Kate survives. However, her breathing is forever impaired and she becomes weaker than she was before the stabbing. But she keeps being Batwoman. Hot damn. You go, girl. Yas, queen. Number 4. Fans hated casting. While some fans believe that Ruby Rose is the perfect actress to play Batwoman, some members of the Arrowverse community had someone else in mind for the role, particularly Madelaine Petsch, who is most well known for her portrayal of Cheryl Blossom on CW's Riverdale, and with her affiliation with the network, it was possible for that casting to occur. However, since she would be filming Riverdale at the same time as Batwoman would be filming, it would be too difficult for it to work. However, Ruby Rose is a good choice, but after fans caught wind of the news, some were not happy. Some were complaining about her acting skills and saying that they only cast her because she's a lesbian. Others criticized the choice of a non-Jewish actress, but to be fair, if she was Jewish and not a lesbian, others would be complaining about that. There is no real way to please anyone, and I think that the CW made a good choice when it comes to the actress. The only real way you should be judging the show now is based on the actual show itself. And at number 3, shipping. The Arrowverse Batwoman made her debut in the crossover Elseworlds, which featured Oliver Queen becoming the Flash and Barry Allen becoming the Green Arrow. They go to Gotham and the trio of Green Arrow, the Flash, and Supergirl meet Kate Kane. Kate has 2 scenes alone with Kara, and even after those 2 scenes, these two were already being shipped together. After Kate bails out Barry, Oliver, and Kara says that Kate has 500 fewer tattoos than other billionaires she's met. Kate responded with "those are the ones you can see," which made Kara laugh and look a little flustered before saying it's a mystery, which some viewers found unconvincing. Kara later states that she used her X-ray vision to see all of Kate's tattoos, which means that she presumably saw her naked, which made fans erupt. They said that Kara and Kate should make their relationship a romantic one, but dating across dimensions would be a little, if not very difficult. People, come on. Different dimensions. Number 2, why she's a hero. Kate was dishonorably discharged from the army. Her father and mother were part of the army as well, and her father had always wanted her back in the army. I said army a lot. The plan her father had was that as Batwoman, Kate could prove herself to be a hero. Then she could rejoin the army later after having proven herself. He went as far as sending her around the world to train and supplied her with the equipment she uses in her exploits. He even created a Bat Army for her to lead, all to one day get her back in the army. She hasn't done so yet. The question is, even if she wanted to, would she be able to? Would the army approve of an ex-soldier who got dishonorably discharged back in the army after they've been violating the law as a vigilante? It seems a little far-fetched to me. And this is comics we're talking about. Her father believes that it would work, and he believes that this is the reason she's fighting crime. But I think it's just to make her hot with the ladies. Number 1, she was for Batman. Surprise, surprise, Batwoman was created to parallel Batman. Whoop-de-doo. Now what, Batman has a fear of bats? Well, yes, that statement is true. She was more than that for a time. While after being reintroduced in 2006 as a lesbian, she was originally created in 1956 and was introduced as a love interest for Bruce Wayne. While that sounds weird because now they're cousins, it gets even better. Well, depending on how you see better. I see it as funny. She was introduced as a love interest for Bruce Wayne, yes, but do you know why? To prove that he was not gay for Robin. Batgirl was also introduced as Betty Kane, Kate's niece, and as a love interest for Robin. Experts speculate that these 2 characters were introduced to deter people from believing Batman and Robin were gay for each other. It's ironic if you think about it, because now the one who was introduced to prove Batman wasn't gay is now gay. There we have it, the top 10 shocking Batwoman facts. What are your thoughts on this list? Did I leave anything out that you find particularly interesting? As well as your opinion on the Batwoman premiere. Thank you all so much for watching. I have been and shall remain Connor Monroe, and I'll see you in another video.